Wait. What? Oh my God. This is not a drill, people. I repeat, this is not a drill. Okay? First up, these live events are trying to kill me, I swear. I've still not finished my full deep dive breakdown into the Indie World Showcase yet because of the release dates for Shantae and Dragon Drive being more pressing. Hell, I loved the Indie Direct, but my reaction to it was one of my worst performing videos ever, whereas the Shantae stuff is all going nuts, so obviously I made the right call, I suppose. But I am going to do a whole episode each on Mina the Hollower and UFO 50, probably 2 on UFO 50, let's be fair, it's 50 freaking games to review after all. I've also still to upload the final look at the Partner Direct. I've promised a deep dive into the sizzle reel games and the HD 2D stuff. It's recorded, but my poor internet connection can only upload 1 hour plus long video per day. Today, we had the Kirby Air Riders Direct, and it was 45 minutes long. That's longer than the Partner Direct and the Indie World Showcase combined. But I do love Sakurai and him breaking down stuff. It looked great, and I'm literally right in the middle of editing my first thoughts video about it. Obviously, we also have Gamescom starting today. 19th to the 24th, 5 days of game announcements, though admittedly that's for all consoles and PCs and mobile games, and Jeff Keighley in his infinite wisdom likes to fill them with music and celebrities and film and TV stuff, so frankly I figured the likelihood of there being enough specific Nintendo stuff for me to do 5 or more full episodes on it is low. My plan was to maybe wait until the entire event was over to talk about the Nintendo-only stuff and the stuff that caught my eye. I wasn't even bothering to watch it live this evening like I usually would, because A, I'm still finishing my Kirby video, thank you for the 45-minute direct, Sakurai, and B, a new Shantae game literally dropped today, and even though I have the physical version pre-ordered, I caved in and just bought the digital version because it's currently on sale, and hell, we've been waiting for that game for like 22 years. And I figure, nah, Gamescom isn't that important. It's probably mostly a load of grimdark AAA and online-only free-to-play stuff that I don't care about for PlayStation and Xbox. CGI-only trailers, probably nothing for me. I'll just wait and check the announcements afterwards and look at the trailers for any Nintendo-specific stuff and decide whether to make a video for the day or just note down things to talk about later when I cover the entire 5-day event. But, here I am, innocently checking that my Drag X Drive and Shantae videos uploaded correctly, when I get a notification. Sonic Racing CrossWorlds is getting a Pac-Man DLC pack. And Pac-Man World 2 Re-Pac is getting a Sonic the Hedgehog DLC pack. What do you mean? What do you mean Sonic Racing CrossWorlds is getting a Pac-Man DLC pack and Pac-Man World 2 Re-Pac is getting a Sonic the Hedgehog DLC pack? Oh my god, I'm gonna cry. What? Seriously. It's a good job I'm not on camera right now. Literally, in the last month, I have made several videos where I talk about what a huge... I literally am close to crying. What a huge, lifelong fan of both Sonic and Pac-Man that I have been. For like 4 decades. Like, even today in my Drag X Drive video, I said that even if a game is mediocre, if it has Sonic in it, suddenly I love it anyway. I just can't help it. I'm sat here wearing a Sonic t-shirt I've been sat here wearing a Sonic t-shirt while I was updating my Kirby video. In many videos, I've mentioned that Sonic Racing Transformed is my favorite karting game ever, even more than any other Mario Kart game or whatever. And pretty much every time that I've mentioned being disappointed with Mario Kart World, I say that I'm hoping for Sonic CrossWorlds to be better. I mention it in my top 10 most anticipated games. In fact, I said it would have been number 1 if we had a release date for Switch 2. And I mention it in all of my Sega on Switch 2 videos. I'm super, super hyped for Racing CrossWorlds. To me, it looks incredible. And just yesterday, I uploaded a 47-minute Pac-Man 45th anniversary special where I talked about the series, how influential it has been on my own career. Showed off some merch I've had since I was little. Probably my parents bought them for me before I was even old enough to read. And I talked about how Pac-Man World 2 Re-Pac, I just can't wait for it. I literally placed it at number 1 place in my ranking of all the 26 games that were announced at the Partner Direct. Frankly, when I make my updated top 10 most anticipated video, I don't know which of the two will top the list, but you bet your ass they'll both be there. I'm not going to do a whole live reaction to each night of Gamescom. I can't. And I need to keep working on my Kirby Air Riders video, but I'm sorry, everything has to stop right now. I've not watched the trailer yet. I've just seen the thumbnail and I'm already emotional. I've downloaded it so that I can record my genuine live reaction and then we can maybe break it down afterwards if I'm still able to speak. I'm really sorry, Sakurai. I love you. I love your games. I love Kirby, but this is freaking Pac-Man in Sonic and Sonic in Pac-Man. Everything must stop for this. Even my half-genie waifu Shantae will have to wait. Downloaded, but as yet unplayed. I'm sorry, baby. I need to make this video and get it live immediately. Okay. I'm actually kind of scared to click play. I need to... Let's take a sip of water, prepare myself. Okay, we got this. Come on. Oh, it's so beautiful. Look at it. Look how cool it looks. Oh... Oh, that's so cute. He's got his birthday card. Oh, I love this so much. I love the mixing of the music styles. Oh, that's so cool. Oh my god. Oh, it's a 3D maze with voxels. Oh my goodness. Green Hill Zone impact. Oh my god, he's got a little Sonic costume. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, they high five. Oh. Okay. Yes. I love that little costume. Okay, sorry, I feel like I didn't say anything of use during that trailer, but I'm really overwhelmed here. Okay, what are my first thoughts? My first thoughts, Sonic Racing CrossWorld looks beautiful. We already knew that, but now we have Pac-Man DLC that is coming, and there's going to be Pac-Man characters, and a Pac-Man track that's like being inside the Pac-Man pixel maze, and there's huge voxel characters of Pac-Man and the ghosts, like in that movie Pixels, and it looks absolutely so cool. And then Sonic levels in... God, can you tell? I'm really overwhelmed. Pac-Man World 2 has a level that looks like Green Hill Zone, and Pac-Man can run around as if he's Sonic running around a side-scrolling level, and he can roll into a ball like he does in the Pac-Man World games, so it totally makes sense. It's canon, and he can even dress up in a Sonic costume, like he's got a little Sonic onesie or a Sonic hoodie, and that is adorable. And I love everything about this, and I'm a huge hypocrite because I have made so many videos where I moan about DLC, especially day one DLC, although I think I saw that neither of these are day one DLCs. But still, in general, I don't like people charging for extra content. But I'm totally going to buy both of these, and I don't care how much they cost. Even if they're like hundreds of dollars, I will be buying them. But I think I need to watch that trailer again, and maybe we can, I don't know, maybe we can pause. Yeah, let's watch it again. Let's watch it again, and we can pause. Okay. Okay, pause. Right. I mean, first off, I know I've been conditioned, and I know that this is totally stupid, but when I hear that Sega sound at the beginning of a trailer, I automatically get more interested and invested and excited than I do in other companies. I know that's stupid, but I've been a Sega fanboy my whole life, a Nintendo fanboy as well, but my first love was Sega. And there's something about seeing that blue and white logo that just always gets, I don't know, it gets to me, it gets to my nostalgic glands. But yeah, I've said this a million times before, but Sonic Racing CrossWorlds, it looks amazing. And just in those 2 or 3 seconds, whatever it was, of racing, it just looks gorgeous. I really, really want to play this on Switch 2. And I know that the Switch 2 version is delayed. There's no release date for that yet. I could play it on PC or on another console, or I could even buy the Switch 1 version. Apparently there's going to be an upgrade path, but I don't really want to play, a weak version for the first version. I'm sure the Switch 1 won't look as good as that trailer there. I just really hope the Switch 2 version comes soon and is good quality and a good port, and but I'm probably going to cave and play it first on, I don't know, either PC or PS5. But yeah, it looks great. I'm super hyped for it. Sega, please do a good job of the Switch 2 version. And please, please, please put it all physical on the cart. We don't mind paying an extra $10 if it means the actual game is on the cartridge. Just do it. Stop with the game key cards already. Okay, pause. Right, so this is just crazy to me. Like, just seeing Sonic's official character model. This isn't like a fan crossover thing. This is real. Seeing official Sonic in a Pac-Man world level, at Pac-Man's like house, right? And you hear in the background just the sound effect of Pac-Man moving around, the waka waka waka, right? It's like a tease. You want to see them both together, but it's done so well. It's giving that tease. And then he's got in his hand, he's got a birthday card for Pac-Man, and that's so cool because it's Pac-Man's 45th anniversary, and we've had so many games and celebrations, and the compilation that came out recently, which was excellent. I mean, it annoys me that Miss Pac-Man is not in it, or Ms. Pac-Man, sorry. But yeah, that's not really Bandai Namco's fault. And one thing I noticed is this is in engine. This isn't like a animated CGI trailer. No, this is actually in the game engine running in real time. So this is probably taken from a cutscene in the actual game, in the actual DLC. And I say that because if you look at the floor, you can see the shadows are kind of glitching around and moving. But I mean, not that bothers me. I like the fact that this is in engine. This is a real cutscene. We're not just going to have some cheaply rendered CGI. This is to me, in-engine cutscenes are so much cooler, unless you're talking about like hand-drawn, hand-animated 2D stuff like you sometimes get in the 2D in the Sonic games, and those are always amazing. But in general, in-engine cutscenes to me are infinitely preferable to rendered CGI. Let's in fact let's rewind just to double check. So pretty. So it goes through the portal, and we're in the level. Yeah, that's definitely an engine, and it looks so cool. And then you see Pac-Man looking at that. Okay. Pause. A lot of you, or regular listeners at least, will know that I work in the film industry, and I've worked in animation. And I've made many trailers for movies, and there's so much skill in building up anticipation and knowing what information to give to your audience at what point. And this is masterfully done, and it's no wonder that for somebody who's such a big fan for such a long time as me. And also, I have mentioned on this channel before, but again, for those people who don't know, I am autistic. So I do take this kind of stuff very personally, like animated characters and fictional characters and things. They feel more real to me. They feel more like, you know, my friends that have been with me throughout my life. So it's really important to me. So sorry if some of you think this is silly, but I'm sure there are many people watching this trailer who are equally as invested. And clearly the people who made this trailer understood how important and how big this will be for some people. Because it's one thing saying that there's going to be, we're going to put, Pac-Man in a car in Sonic Racing CrossWorlds. Okay. But then that's a bit like a sports event, a bit like we have in, we've had Sonic and Pac-Man and Sonic and Mario and and other Pokemon, whatever in games like Smash Brothers before. But Smash Brothers canonically is not the characters actually meeting in real life. Nintendo didn't want Mario characters beating the crap out of each other, so canonically Smash Brothers is not the real characters IRL, it's toys of the characters playing against each other in mashups. That's, if you look at the cutscenes of the original N64, it tries to make it very clear that it's not the real characters, it's kind of toys of the characters. And then in the sports games, it's never really... The dream is always to have a platform game, because then the characters are actually genuinely in each other's worlds, walking around, interacting, talking, and it feels like they're actually friends. Not just rivals on the opposite side of a tennis court or something like that. No, actually interacting with each other. So having Sonic give Pac-Man a birthday card means something. And then having Pac-Man reading the card, it's like showing, okay, there's the connection that shows that they've connected to each other. They probably know each other. And you want to see them together. You've heard the sound effect in the background of the waka waka waka, but you've not seen them on screen at the same time. It's teasing you. And then Sonic does arrive, but just very quickly, because he's running, because he's fast, and that's what Sonic does, and he runs past Pac-Man and surprises him and drops off a present at the same time. So you see the present appear next to Pac-Man. So it's kind of, it's teasing, because then Sonic runs away. So you're not seeing them, you're kind of seeing them together. They're on screen at the same time. They've interacted a little bit, but indirectly through the card, but they've not actually, talked or anything yet. And of course, at the end of the trailer, we're going to see them shake hands, but it's all building up to that point. It's very clever. It's done really, really well. Okay, let's rewind again. You can tell I'm autistic, so I just want to repeat it over and over again, but we'll get a little bit further each time. The blue blur meets the hungry hero. It's so cool. And the fact that it then shows in 2 different games. Okay, pause. Sorry. Yeah, again, it shows what I was saying about trailers drip feeding information. So you get more and more excited as like the information comes. It's not too overwhelming, although I'm getting overwhelmed. But you drip feed each little piece of information bit by bit to expand on the idea. So saying yes, they're going to meet each other. Yes, it's going to be in 2 different games, and then it shows like a wide aerial helicopter style shot of a racing track from Sonic Racing CrossWorlds and a Pac-Man world level, and then it says in 2 different DLC packs. Now, some people, might be upset that it's DLC, but I mean, it's pretty obvious that something like this, a crossover, is going to be DLC. It's not going to be just, they just decided to put Sonic in Pac-Man World, or they just decided to put Pac-Man in Sonic Racing. Yeah, of course you have to have some kind of DLC because this is going to be, side content. It's not the main game. The main game is not going to have it, but... Also, I'm quite happy that I managed to somehow pause it at exactly the right moment when Amy was on screen. My autisticness feels like I have to say Amy Rose is my favorite character in the Sonic universe. I love her unconditionally. I have a large amount of Amy Rose merch. She's a kid. There's nothing weird about it. She's just adorable. I love her. I've said in plenty of other videos, I've talked about how for me there's just something like really cool when you get a male character and then they make like a female version, usually by making them pink or giving them eyelashes or a bow. So like Minnie Mouse is basically just a female Mickey Mouse, and Amy is basically a female Sonic, especially in classic form. And Ms. Pac-Man is just basically a female Pac-Man. Justice for Ms. Pac-Man. They really should work on getting the rights back so she can be in more games. Also, from a perspective of what I was saying about how they try to build up the tension of you want to see the 2 characters interacting with each other. Notice that nearly happens in the cars here. Like Sonic and Pac-Man drive their cars near to each other, and Sonic goes to wave at Pac-Man, and Pac-Man goes like he's going to interact back, but then he spins out of control. And you don't actually get the proper interaction until later on in the video. So it's like it's teasing it. It's really clever. It's really well done. Yeah, it's really cool the way that they're announcing this. And also the graphics of both look really, really nice. I mean, with Re-Pac, it's a remake of essentially a PlayStation 2 and GameCube and Xbox, I think, game. So an old game, but it looks really, really nice. And I think I have to rewind and check, but I'm pretty sure that when it shows the aerial shots, when it shows the Pac-Man world aerial shot, that's actually gameplay of Sonic Racing Transformed, because I'm pretty sure I saw car races going around and like the markings on, like the racetrack markings and the boost pads on the floor. So it's showing, this is a Pac-Man world themed racetrack in Sonic CrossWorlds. And then when it switches to Green Hill or whatever it is, it might be Emerald Hill or something, one of the hill zones. I'm pretty sure that is Pac-Man world, and we're seeing a Sonic style level made in the Pac-Man world to Re-Pac engine. Which is really, really neat, because if you'd have told me that was a Pac-Man racing game in the Pac-Man world, and if you'd have told me that that was a level from a Sonic game, I would have said, "Yep, cool, okay." I mean, they look official. They look right. I mean, I assume it's a Bandai Namco and Sega collaboration, so probably Sega have made the levels for Pac-Man World 2, and Bandai Namco have had input or made the racetracks for CrossWorlds. I don't know that, but I'd assume so. But if not, the teams have done a really good job at emulating the style of the others. So now, if I remember correctly, what's going to happen is we're going to kind of zoom in, so we're not just in the aerial shots. We're going to see some gameplay footage, and I think it was gameplay footage of Sonic CrossWorlds first, but with the Pac-Man characters. So let's rewind. Yeah, exactly. So it's showing them in each other's games. They're not picking up rings; they're picking up the power dots. That's cool. Oh, the racing looks so cool. So cool. Okay, pause. So obviously it shows the Sonic CrossWorlds first, which again is a little bit because they want to, they know that people will want to see the platform gaming gameplay maybe more than the racing gameplay, even though racing CrossWorlds is probably the bigger game, the more anticipated game. As far as crossover goes, people will be potentially more interested in the platforming side. And so they show the racing, and first they show a relatively innocuous, it's Pac-Man. It's clearly from, Pac-Man World. It's the environment that you start off in Pac-Man World, near Pac-Man's house. But it's a race course, and you see Pac-Man in a car, and you see statues of the ghosts. So you think, so it's going to be, Pac-Man themed, and there's like Pac-Man stuff around. And that's one level of cool. But then it steps it up even more, and it takes you retro, and it says, but what if you were racing around, the maze from the original 1980 Pac-Man game, but it's like modern graphics using voxels, and the pixels are all kind of neon-y, as if you're kind of inside the arcade machine in the Matrix. And it's just so freaking cool with all that voxely stuff. I love the look of it. I think it looks amazing. I always love kind of dark in Sonic. I always love dark levels, either set at nighttime or when they're in a dark area like a casino, or you're in a pinball machine, or whatever it is where it's dark, but then you've got lights in bright different colors, like kind of Las Vegas style, or Times Square style, or whatever, Moulin Rouge in Paris, whatever, dark but with bright color lights. It looks really cool. And I'm a big fan of pixel art, so whenever you have a 3D game and then it uses kind of voxels to recreate pixels but in 3D, it looks really, really cool to me. I love that. It would have been one level of cool if it was just races outside and it was Sonic is in Pac-Man World. Pac-Man World levels are in Sonic racing game. But to then have, the more kind of crazy canon of, now they're kind of shrunk and they're in an arcade machine, or they're in the world of the arcade machine. That's crazy. That's cool. That has the same kind of cool that, like, in the early 90s when I first saw, like, the pinball levels in Sonic 1 and Sonic 2, or the casino levels and things. It just made me go, oh wow, this is, this could be anything with the imagination. It's not just overworld levels. It's, we can play with scale, we can play with ideas, we can take stuff from our world and put it into their world. It's just so freaking cool. But then, of course, I paused just as we were about to get into the 3D platforming. So Pac-Man running around Sonic's world. So we're going to have a Sonic level, or at least one Sonic level. I hope there's more. At least one Sonic level in Pac-Man World 2. So let's rewind a little and get right back into that, because that's the stuff that is really, really cool to me. I love the video transitions as well. This one right now, you see the pixel Pac-Man with the video transition. The gameplay looks so good. Hit pause. Okay. So yeah, we only see like a few seconds, but I think you can kind of tell a lot about how it's going to play just from that. That firstly, the physics look really good. Like that's one thing that you can get so wrong with a Sonic game. Like I'm thinking about, for example, when they released Sonic 4 Episode 1, and it looked like a Sonic game, but it didn't feel like one. And that was, one of the reasons why Sonic Mania was such a big deal. And also why Sonic Superstars was great was because it used, the Mania style physics, but where, the momentum movement is right. And you know it when you see it as a Sonic fan. You can look at something and tell that it's controlling how it should do, or everything's moving how it should do. I don't know, I kind of get Generations-y vibes because the first kind of couple of shots that we see are side-scrolling. Obviously, it's 3D graphics, but it's side-on 2D control, and then it jumps into kind of the camera behind Sonic, and it's more like the Boost gameplay. So I mean, that's all good with me. That's great. The variety is all good. I love both styles of gaming. You saw the kind of going through the rings to get boosts and everything. It's all very Sonic. If you'd have told me that was footage of Pac-Man inserted into a Sonic platformer, I would have totally believed you. It looks like an authentic Sonic game to me, but it's not. It's a Pac-Man platformer. And it's just a Sonic-themed level in a Pac-Man platformer. And that's crazy because, like I say, it looks authentically Sonic. It really looks... The graphics look like a Sonic game, but it looks like it controls and feels, and the physics are like a Sonic game too. And it's something which even official Sonic games get wrong sometimes. So it's just, it's so awesome. I love everything about that. And again, we only see for a few seconds, but everything that I see is great. And I love seeing Pac-Man just running around and rolling around. As I say, in the Pac-Man World games, he does, if you haven't played them, he does roll into a ball, and he can do kind of almost spin dash style spins. So it does make sense kind of canonically to have that kind of movement. But yeah, it just looks so cool to me. But then I love when you, to begin with, you think you're looking at Sonic and then you realize it's actually Pac-Man wearing a Sonic costume. That's so cute to me. It's like he's got a little hoodie or a little onesie on or something. I don't know. But having Pac-Man dressed up in a Sonic costume is really, really neat to me. I love that. It's so cute. And I paused just as we were about to get to the kind of climax of what it's been building up, because as I said, you've been wanting to see Sonic and Pac-Man together, and they're racing next to each other, but they're not actually properly interacting. But then suddenly there's like a cutscene, and Pac-Man looks up to the sky and he needs some help, and Sonic's about to come down and destroy whatever machine it was, a big crane or something that was going to hurt Pac-Man, and then you're going to finally see them interact properly. So let's react and properly take it in. Mate, this looks so cool. So cool. Sonic says that it's so cute. Sonic looks up. I love it. Pause. From an animation standpoint, and just understanding the characters and understanding how they work, and getting the balance right between both characters, because they're very different. They're very different characters. Yeah, they're platform games, but they're very different attitudes and very different styles, don't they? But they're both kind of imitating each other and both working with each other in a really, really nice way. Whoever's done this, whether it was Sega or whether it was Bandai Namco or them working together, I don't know, but they've done a fantastic job with both the characters. But what's really cool is, like, after Sonic saves Pac-Man, like, Pac-Man's looking like really scared and really nervous, but then Sonic saves him and does the does the typical superhero landing where he's like down on one knee and he like looks up in slow motion and has the very serious expression on his face of look how cool I am, I've just saved the day because I'm Sonic the freaking Hedgehog. And then like when it pulls back and you see that Pac-Man is kind of copying him to try and fit in and try and look cool as well. Oh no, I wasn't scared. And he's gone from, you know, ducking to hide from the thing that was going to fall on him to he's also doing like a kind of little superhero kneeling pose. And if you look at his face, he's got like a kind of serious expression too. But then they both lose the serious expression and kind of relax as they stand up. And they turn and they smile. And Pac-Man's smile is really cute and really expressive. And Sonic, if you look at his eyebrows, because I'll rewind and replay the clip. Look at like Sonic's eyebrows and how they go from being like really serious to like loosening as Sonic kind of takes things seriously, like if he wants to look cool, but he never takes himself too seriously. He's always ready to kind of wisecrack and make a joke at any moment. You know, he never really feels like the world was in too much peril because he's Sonic the Hedgehog. He can fix it, you know? So that little moment of when Sonic goes from trying to look cool to, okay, I can relax now. It happens as he stands up, and Pac-Man at the same time is standing up, and he has that like big grin on his face, and then they make eye contact, and as they make eye contact they smile at each other, and it really feels like they connect. And that is such a lovely moment, like I say, for fans like me who take this stuff kind of very seriously. And the characters, I mean, obviously they're not real, but they feel almost like extensions of us, extensions of our personality, or they feel like friends that have been with us since childhood. So to have two characters that we love actually feeling like they're meeting in real life, in inverted commas, and they're connecting, they're actually having some kind of moment between each other, it's really magical, you know. It's really moving, and I don't think Pac-Man and Sonic have ever had that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think to that extent. I don't think they've had that like level of interaction. So they make the eye contact, they both have a genuine looking smile, and then they do like a high five, which is a really nice little moment of connection, and then they look at the camera and do like the thumbs up to the camera as well. And it feels like the high five is a bit like Pac-Man doing what Sonic would have done, being Sonic's a character from the 90s, and then the thumbs up to the camera is Sonic doing what Pac-Man would have done, being a character from the 80s. You know, a thumbs up was quite a 80s thing in like American pop culture, and whereas, you know, the high five is more of American pop culture in the 90s kind of thing. So it's cool that they, again, it feels like they're kind of vibing with each other, and there's no like, oh, Pac-Man looking up to Sonic or Sonic looking up to Pac-Man. It's like, no, they both have this intrinsic understanding of each other, and they just work together so well. And then the camera pans up and you have fireworks in the sky. It's all very emotional, and then it gives us the information that we want to know. But that's the kind of story, if you can call it a story. But you know, the world, the lore building information over. Now it's going to tell us, you know, the things that we need to know, like release dates and DLC and stuff like that. But as far as the story stuff goes, that's the end, and it's a really, really good arc. So bearing that in mind, let's watch again just from the beginning, because it's only a few seconds, isn't it? It's like 30 seconds, 40 seconds. Let's watch from the beginning, but bear that in mind. Bear in mind the arc, the progression of them meeting each other and everything, and it's slowly drip feeding information. But also after Sonic rescues Pac-Man, look at their expressions on their faces and see them loosen as they stand up and as they smile, and they go, especially pay attention to the eyebrows and the smile. It's really cool. So Sonic's racing and he goes through the portal, and now he's suddenly in Pac-Man's world. He's got a letter for Pac-Man. Pac-Man's reading the letter. He runs past, drops off the present, but he doesn't really stop to see him properly. Then we see the reveal of the two different worlds in each other's games. We see the racing in a kind of overworld like Pac-Man world. Then racing inside a retro arcade style world. And you see Sonic and Pac-Man together racing at the same time. Then you see Pac-Man in a side-scrolling Sonic level and a boost Sonic level. And you see the Sonic costume. Then Pac-Man's in peril. Sonic saves him. Pac-Man looks scared. Sonic does the superhero pose. And then they get up, make the eye contact, and do the high five. It's so good. It's so well done. Then of course now we have all the information, and then the information on the DLC, and then that lovely little like punch and come towards the camera at the end. Yeah, it ends with a Sega logo. I do feel this is more Sega than Bandai Namco, but maybe I'm wrong. I mean, Bandai Namco is certainly known for quality. I've recently reviewed some Bandai Namco games that I really liked, so I'm not insulting Bandai Namco in any way, but this does feel more like a Sega initiative. I don't know, or maybe just Sega did the trailer. I don't know. So obviously we've got a lot that we can break down talking about the specifics of the release dates, the DLC, the free racing trial period for Sonic CrossWorlds that they mention. Obviously that won't be on Switch 2. I don't know whether it will be on Switch. I'll try it out on PC or PS5. Yeah, getting into all the specifics of the costs and the release dates and the what's in what DLC and what do we know and what don't we know. That's the kind of thing that I usually do, like a live reaction, and then go and do some research and then come back and make a proper video. So I mean, even just briefly looking at Nintendo Life right now, shout to Nintendo Life, good guys there, who I've met a few of them in real life, really nice guys, and great source for news. Looking at their site, I can see that there's actually quite a few things that have been announced in the first night of Gamescom that I want to cover. So I think what I'll do is I will make a full video on Gamescom night 1. I won't include this whole live reaction of me having a breakdown, but I will have some more kind of calm, rational thoughts, less kind of autistic info dumping. I'll be more to the point. So come back, I don't know, tomorrow maybe. Subscribe if you're not already. Come back tomorrow and we will have a full video with a full breakdown of all the Nintendo games announced or previewed at Gamescom Night 1, including a breakdown of this crossover, including more specifics that I've worked out or that we've had since then. I'll do some deep dive research on the websites and such. So see you for that tomorrow, and I am off to have a bit of a mental breakdown, probably watch the trailer again from start to finish on loop and cry a little bit because, oh my god, I'm still really overwhelmed by how much I love this, and it's blindsided me. Honestly, I didn't see this coming. But I also have to make my Kirby Air Ride video. And also, I apologize for being so rambly in this video, but if you want something that is far more scripted and far more coherent, today or yesterday now, I suppose, I released my long-form review of Drag and Drive. And I know you might think that you're not interested in Drag and Drive, but I really would like it if you gave it a listen, because I honestly feel that I managed to have an interesting take on the review and talk about, from an industry perspective, what it means for the Switch 2, what it means for Nintendo, what it means for future games, how it relates to previous mistakes that Nintendo have made in the past, how I myself as a developer would take the core gameplay, which is good, and fix it, and how Nintendo have in the past managed to turn around games which have initially launched with not very much content and not very good reviews, but turn them into really big things with updates. And and I talk about Star Fox a lot. So if you're into Star Fox, or if you're interested in the Paralympics and the Olympics, I talk about that a little bit as well. I think it's a really interesting video, but also I just think it's, as a scripted video, I think it's probably the best review that I've ever written. And I've been writing games reviews since the 90s, for those of you who don't know. I'm not usually as disjointed and crazy and sleep deprived and autistic person about to burst into tears as I am right now. So subscribe if you haven't already. Come back tomorrow for a full breakdown of Gamescom, including more solid information about this Sonic/Pac-Man crossover. Don't forget, I have just released that full Pac-Man episode as well. I talked about Shadow Labyrinth, and I talked at length about Pac-Man World 2, and my history with Pac-Man as well. So yeah. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling. I need to stop rambling and get on with making the Kirby video, and then the Gamescom Day 1 video. God, when am I ever going to sleep? Jeff Keighley will not let me sleep. That can be the headline, the title for the video. Jeff Keighley made me cry. Nice one, Jeff. Cheers.